Hi everyone, this is Ankit Agarwal here. I manage the UTI Midcap Fund. I've been with UTI for the last, over a year now. I joined them in August 2019. My previously worked with firms like Centrum on their discretionary PMS. Was with Barclays earlier, and I have also worked with BNP and Lehman Brothers in the past. I did my MBA from IIM Bangalore and passed out in 2008, and I have over 12 years of experience in equities, specifically mid and small cap space. So I've been managing the UTI Midcap Fund for the last 1 year, and if you look at the performance of that fund, we have seen a significant improvement over there. And the philosophy that we follow over there is what we'll bring in the UTI Small Cap Fund also. So basically, if you have to understand, why anyone wants to invest in a mid and small cap strategy, the whole idea is to, buy companies which are in the early stage of the growth cycle. And as these companies compound their earnings over a period of time, you hope that your investment in these companies also compound with that. So what you want is you want to invest in companies, which have a long runway of growth, run by great managements, and generate high return on invested capital so that they can reinvest this capital in their own business and continue to grow over time. And the benefit of being in an early stage of the growth cycle is that the runway of growth is much longer, which means that over the long term, you can compound your earnings much more than maybe what you will get in a large cap, fund. So the idea over here is to, invest in select set of, good quality small cap companies, which have a long runway of growth and are run by great management so that, you can get that benefit of compounding over the long term. Another benefit that you get, when you're investing in a small cap strategy is that, if you look at the large cap sectoral allocation, it is highly skewed towards 2 3 sectors, whether it's financials, IT, oil and gas, and therefore you do not really get the benefit of the opportunities which are arising in, some of the other smaller sectors. For example, there are a lot of good things happening on the chemical side, a lot of new emerging sectors which might come in on the digital front, which are more, or which are present more in the small caps side. And as a result, if you want to get benefit of some of the growth opportunities in those sectors, it's better to be in a small cap fund. Moreover, small cap strategy gives you an ability to capture a niche sector. For example, today Britannia, everyone knows Britannia, but if you look at dairy as portion of Britannia's revenue, it will be less than 5%. But if I'm very positive on dairy and I want to sort of explore the opportunity over there, maybe I would look at a company like Heritage Foods, which which is present in the small cap space, but over 90% of their revenues will come from the dairy business. So small cap also gives you an opportunity to benefit from the niche sectors, which they are present in, which opportunity again you would not get in some of the larger cap names. And if you look at the long-term track record of small caps, so over the long term they tend to do perform, especially in up cycles. They do end up performing much better than large and larger mid-sized players. That is the reason why you should look at small cap as a space. Having said that, it does have its own pitfalls. Obviously, small caps come with their own set of risks. Because some of these companies are in the early stage of their growth cycle, they are much more prone to business cycle risks. The product concentration risks are much higher, geographical concentration risks are much higher, and these are largely promoter-driven organizations. So their ability to really attract quality managerial talent becomes a little bit difficult. So those are the risks. But the way to mitigate some of those risks is by having a very good research process and a risk management process, and that's what UTI has to offer, and that's what we have to offer. We have a large team of analysts who cover close to 100 odd small cap companies, and our endeavor is to actually find good quality businesses and avoid losers. And as long as your stock picking ability is good, uh, there is definitely a case where you can get some multi-baggers in the small cap space and avoid some of the losers. And as long as you can do that, you will be able to mitigate a lot of the risks which are present in the small cap space. So in summary, I would say that small cap gives you a lot of ability to capture niches which are not present in the large cap space. If your stock picking is good, it can actually in the long run provide you much better returns than what a large cap can provide. And that is purely because you are buying businesses which are very early in the growth cycle, right? And therefore, you get a much longer runway of growth. And so there are risks in the small cap space, but you can mitigate a lot of those risks by following a very diligent, disciplined process, which we do at UTI. And therefore, it will help you mitigate a lot of the risks which are present in the small cap space and provide you ability to, grow in that space. Another thing which I would like to highlight here is that UTI is a very true to label mid and small cap or small cap strategy, which means that we will, at the time of our investment, will not invest, any of our money in large caps. So a lot of times you see a lot of small cap funds, having a lot of large caps in their portfolio, and these are mega large caps. But because we are true to strategy or true to label, we want to have at any given point in time, most of our allocation will be in mid and small cap. Only if a mid cap sort of moves up and becomes a large cap, we may hold the flexibility to hold it. But at the time of investment, we will not be looking at large caps. We have a purely bottom-up approach to investing. And although we do look at it from a top-down perspective, from a risk management perspective, but largely a bottom-up approach and a fairly diversified holding structure, because you need to take care of liquidity impact costs also. When it comes to the small cap NFO opens on 2nd December 2020 and ends on 16th December 2020. And for further details, please go through the product page on the Grow product website. So another question that we often get, this is with the run up in the markets that we have seen, in recent times, is whether this is a great time to invest in small caps, or whether you should wait, what could be a good time to look at it. So our simple view is that if you're looking at this product, one has to look at it from a longer term horizon. So one's holding period has to be in that 3 to 5 year period. And if you look at the last 3 to 5 year rolling returns of small cap versus the large cap, we have seen that in the 3 to 5 year period, the small cap has significantly underperformed. The small cap index has significantly underperformed the large cap index. And that spread in underperformance is still, in spite of the recent run-up, that spread in underperformance is still, among the highest in the, in the last 10, 15 years that we have seen. And therefore, from a 3-year perspective, there is still a case, as the economy revives, there is still a case of, markets moving up. And as a result, small cap indices actually outperform the larger cap peers. And that's what we have seen in different cycles, when in 2013 to 2017, that period when actually the markets, the economy was doing well, the economy recovered, the broader market started doing well. And that's where the small caps actually significantly outperformed the larger cap peers. A similar, cycle can possibly repeat, if you look at it from a 3 to 5 year horizon. And even if you look at it from, some of the other metrics like price to book or dividend yield, we are fairly close to maybe long-term averages, or if you look at it from closer to favorable zone when it comes to the dividend yield perspective. So I think from a timing perspective also, while you could always stagger some of your investments to get better price points, but if you look at it from a 3 to 5 year perspective, we are still at a great point today to invest in the small cap category.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.